Hi, I'm Edie Hand, and welcome into Prescription for Healthy Lifestyles. On the show today, I have a dear friend that's going to co-host with me as a special guest, Dr. Keith Robinson. We'll be interviewing Dr. Bob Flowers, Dr. Adam Cox, and Dr. Mir Varquez. You won't want to miss this show. It's going to give you some life-changing thoughts. Prescription for Healthy Lifestyles is brought to you in part by Florida Pharmacy, a unique pain solutions company. Hi, I'm Edie Hand, and I'm here with Wes Moss, who's the President CEO of FPS. Tell us about pain solutions.
Well, we are a pharmacy that specializes in pain creams. Anything from TMJ to plantar fasciitis to fibromyalgia to arthritis to neuropathy pains. As we say, we have a cream for that. It gets people off opioids and gets them off the side effects of taking pills.
And how could we reach you?
At 855-777-7998.
Enjoy the latest books from Edie Hand. A portion of sales benefit charities such as St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Visit www.ediehandfoundation.org or your local or online bookstore. Pick up your copies today.
Hi, I'm Dr. Adam Cox with Cox Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. We offer a complete line of dental services for adults and children. We accept walk-ins and we have patient financing. So call us at 205-384-4000.
You're watching Prescription for Healthy Lifestyles with Edie Hand.
Hi, I'm Edie Hand, and welcome back into Prescription for Healthy Lifestyles. And joining me in this segment is Dr. Mir Varquez. Welcome.
Thank you.
I'm so glad to have you here, and I know that you are a cardiologist, correct?
Correct.
And you also are a health coach.
Yes, I am.
And I wanted to get into that a little bit because we all want to look better at different stages of our lives, no matter what it is. So tell me what got you into health coaching.
I practice invasive cardiology with a big interest in preventive cardiology and heart failure. And my purpose in treating patients is to get them beyond the acute phase. But mainstream medicine and cardiology is mainly to treat disease. I want to prevent disease. So over the years, I kept on the lookout for some sort of program to help patients get on the preventive track.
I think that is so exciting to me because at my age, in this stage of my life, I think in my middle 60s is, what can I do to be leaner and more fit, have more energy? Is that what this program's about, what the mission is for this program?
Yes, I found this program through an endocrinologist schoolmate who has been telling me that there is a program you need to look into. Prior to that, I went to Las Vegas. I looked into several weight loss programs, but most of the programs are geared towards losing weight. So I found Take Shape for Life and became a certified integrated health coach for that program.
Well, now, what's the name of the program?
Take Shape for Life.
Take Shape for Life. Now, you have a website for that? People can go
Yes,
to?
I do have a co-branded website for them to look into the program.
And that is?
And colemanwellness.tsfl.com.
And we'll have this certainly, so people can see this. And is there a number of people call, or is it better to go to the website?
The website will provide them with my email for them to contact me and with the phone number.
Well, tell me where you see this going. Is it for men and women?
Yes, it's for everybody who wants to take a better charge of their life. And the program really looks into losing weight and maintaining that weight as a journey towards a better, healthier, longer life.
You know, what's great about this is I see that we all need to eat better and exercise. Is there meals planned for this type of program?
Yes. The program actually is based on 3 concepts. First is that you have a health coach. Secondly, there is this meal plan 5-in-1, and the last is the habits of health to get you for a foundation to improve your health, where maintaining your weight and losing the weight is just a step towards better health.
To me, that's so important, is just because you lose the weight, you've got to maintain it. It's a lifestyle change, right?
Yes. It would stress lifestyle change. And the people that are involved with my clients and myself, I was my first client. And I lost 15 pounds in 2 weeks, and I knew it worked. I did not starve, I ate, and it's choices I make, triggers I identify, and bad behaviors that I modify into habits of health.
Well, I'm excited because you're going to be my coach. I'm going to try this too. All you viewers out there, we're going to see what I look like the next time you see me on camera. And that's exciting to me because I'm disciplined in a lot of areas of my life, and a lot of you may be the same. But when it comes to eating and really taking care of myself, sometimes I don't do the job I need to do. But with a coach like you, I think that's possible. And would you give us that website one more time, Dr. Varquez?
It's Cullman Wellness, Cullman, wellness dot, take shape for life, it's tsfl.com.
Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule, and I look forward to sharing with our viewers more about how this is really going to result for someone like me and for them. Thank you.
It's a pleasure.
Prescription for Healthy Lifestyles is brought to you in part by GenuinePearlGirls.com and StressSolutionsUniversity.com.
Hi, I'm Edie Hand, and I want to celebrate our kids globally. It's RaminiKidsFoundation.com and the Edie Hand Foundation.org. We're doing this through our Genuine Pearl Girls for acts of kindness. And if you'd like to join us, all you have to do is log on to GenuinePearlGirls.com. Make a difference for a child today.
I'm Dr. Keith Robinson, and I want to invite you to take a look at my new book, My Radio Interview with Jesus. You know, I've been in health broadcasting for over 30 years, and I found that at any one point in time, we're either accepting things, we're holding them, or we're having to turn them loose, and that's the hardest part of all. I'd like you to go to my website and pick up a copy of the book. I'm Dr. Keith Robinson.
You're watching Prescription for Healthy Lifestyles with Edie Hand.
Hi, I'm Edie Hand, and welcome back into Prescription for Healthy Lifestyles. Well, you've got a treat today. I have a dear friend, Dr. Keith Robinson from Houston, Texas, is going to help me with this segment. Thank you.
Thank you.
And our special guest today is Dr. Bob Flowers. I mean, he is a plastic surgeon, he's a painter, he's a poet. God has given you a lot of gifts, Bob.
Well, that's true. It's been a lot of fun.
Well, it's been a lot of fun, and you know what I have had the privilege to learn about you is not only do you have all these gifts, you have a beautiful family.
Yes.
You have beautiful sons and beautiful wife that I've had the privilege to become a part of. But who in your lifetime do you think of all these talents? Is there someone that made a difference in your life along this journey when you made some of your choices from Tuscaloosa, Alabama to Hawaii?
Well, I grew up with my grandfather, and he was a unique human being, and he did everything you can imagine. He came to Alabama originally to play baseball on the Alabama team, and they discovered that he had gotten paid 50 cents for a game somewhere back before, and so he had to be dropped from the team, and he went into various forms of business, and he did everything you can imagine, and he had me out with him doing it and painting signs on his barns, and my first surgery was castrating a young bull. And,
oh, Lord, I think we could have spared me that.
Went on riding horses and racing trotters and everything you can imagine. But he was a magnificent man, and he was a father who really wasn't there for me. And
that made a difference for you.
Yeah. Samuel Gardner Swain.
And to me, too, that took you, what led you to go into plastic surgery?
I don't know. I started out in neurosurgery, and I, after leaving 3 years in the Army, right at the early part of the Vietnam sort of mess, I was able to get a very valued position in neurosurgery at the Cleveland Clinic. And I went there, and they kept insisting that I spend a month in plastic surgery. And I didn't want to do it because I'd always suspected that if I were exposed to plastic surgery, that it might mess up my choices.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And so I would always trade out. Every month I'd trade out. And that went on for about 6 or 8 months. And people were very quick to do that because if I traded out my position in plastic surgery, they would take a plastic surgery and they got to go home every night. And I'd take their position on neurosurgery, and they had to work every night in the hospital for the whole month. And so I kept doing that until the chief of neuro called me in one day, and he said, "Flowers," he said, "I've been watching what you're doing. You're on plastic surgery Monday, or you're out of here." And so I started plastic surgery, and it took 3 weeks. And I said, "This is really fun." As opposed to, in neurosurgery, we got the mess of the world shipped up there. And my colleagues in neurosurgery were sort of, they had an air to them that was not what I would say happy and
You wouldn't know
exciting.
anything about that, would you, Doc?
No. And so I went on plastic surgery, and here they were having a wonderful time, and you could see the results, whether it was good or not so good. It was there. You could look at it and see, and said, "I've done well," or "I need to do better," And so this was, and I.
You loved it.
I loved it, and I said, "This is it."
Dr. Flowers, you've done some wonderful writing. I got a chance to peek at a little bit of it. It's really great stuff. There was mentioned something about a Daddy Sam. Can you tell us what that is?
Well, yeah, that was my grandfather, Samuel Gardner Swaim, that I grew up with.
That he was telling us about.
Yeah, Daddy Sam.
That's him. Okay.
And
Yeah.
how cool is that? And you think about all these talents. So when you went from Tuscaloosa to Cleveland Clinic, and that led you to Hawaii, correct?
Well, I went from Tuscaloosa to University of Alabama, and I was accepted to medical school, and I went to seminary instead, and then that didn't do exactly what I expected it to. So I went back to medical school, finished medical school, heading into neurosurgery, and the neurosurgeon got sick that I was going to go work with in Louisville, Kentucky, and so I changed what I was going to do, went in the military instead, and spent 3 years, and from there I got the position in Cleveland to do neurosurgery, and that's what took me to Cleveland, where I was for a number of years.
And then, tell us about this.
Plastic surgeons are so fascinating because it is truly the marriage of the art and science.
It
and
is.
the art and science comes together with you also in writing. Being an author, I'm drawn to what you've been writing. Can you tell us a little bit about this? This is fascinating.
Well, you're looking at poetry here, and I don't know, I started writing these poems for children.
And what got you into that?
Well, a dear neighbor and whose daughter I was godfather of, she has a PhD in fairy tales. She's from Munich, Germany, and a brilliant, brilliant woman. And she came over and said, "Bob, there are no prayers in the English language for children." And I said, "Of course there were." And she said, "Tell me one." I said, "Well, now I'll lay me down to sleep." She said, "Go on. I pray the Lord my soul to keep." She said, "Go on, go on." I said, if I die before I wake," she said, "there are no prayers for children in the English language." And
then you said?
I said, "I'll solve that."
So for the last 30 years that I know of, that you've shared with me, you've been writing these beautiful poems, these prayers of poems for children.
I started writing them, and they were no good. I turned over to 6 or 8 or 10 or 12 to Crystal, and she has a PhD in literature, so she said, "These are awful." And so I stopped writing, and I started praying about prayers, and God would give me these thoughts and poems in my sleep at night. I'd wake up, write them down, And that's where it came from. And so that when I put the author to this, I didn't say author, I said received and illustrated by
Robert Swain Flowers.
Now you're going to publish these so that the rest of the world can have these, right?
That's my goal.
Yes.
That's wonderful.
And you know what I love about this, as I hate that we have to end this segment right now, but I'm going to have you to come back to do some more. But you shared with us off camera a story of thank you for the morning light, prayers for children, that's received and illustrated by Robert Swain Flowers. What I love about, will you share the story of what encouraged you to be my light?
Well, an elderly gentleman, he'd been a missionary in China for a number of years. He's a Swede, and he was imprisoned there and got out. But anyway, he retired in Hawaii eventually, and we became dear friends. And I had shared some of these children's poems with him, and he kept a few of them. And he had major arterial surgery at Queen's Hospital in Honolulu. And I stopped in the day after his operation to see how he was doing. And they are written on a gigantic blackboard on the other side of the room from where he was in bed, was this prayer that I had given him, which was "Be my light." And he could see it and read it. And he said that I am in too much pain to pray. He says, but this I can handle. And he said, I just read this over and over again. And this brilliant theologian was reading daily, every time he could see the wall, this simple prayer that God had given me.
Would you mind if I read this for us? I'd
Please
love to.
do.
And what I thought was, what a delight it has been for me and a privilege for me to be with Dr. Keith Robinson and to be with you, Dr. Bob Flowers, and to share a little bit of this. And it will be awesome for you out there when you have a chance, when this is put together, and we will announce it when this book is ready and we get it out. I think it needs to be an e-book. It needs to have some voices, especially a voice by your beautiful wife's voice, but I'm going to read this for you. Be my light. Dear God, beside my bed I kneel and pray that you will come close by and stay, and be my light to show the way to godly love and godly play. Amen. And we'll be back after these messages.
Prescription for Healthy Lifestyles is brought to you in part by our charities, the Edie Hand Foundation and Ramini Kids Foundation.
Hi, I'm Edie Hand, and I want to celebrate our kids globally. It's RaminiKidsFoundation.com and the EdieHandFoundation.org. We're doing this through our Genuine Pearl Girls for acts of kindness. And if you'd like to join us, all you have to do is log on to GenuinePearlGirls.com. Make a difference for a child today. Are you looking for a building company? I've got just the right company for you, Vines Building Company. Give them a call at 205-369-7759. They can turn your home into your dream home. Hi, I'm Edie Hand, and I'm talking with Dr. Wu-Varquez. Tell us about your new health program.
I have a health program called Take Shape for Life, and the program is geared towards helping the individual live a long, healthy lifestyle and with maintaining weight loss and healthy habits. And I can be reached at my website at colemanwellness.tsfl.com. Phone number is 256-255-1946.
Thank you. I'm trying it, you try it.
You're watching Prescription for Healthy Lifestyles with Edie Hand.
I'm Dr. Keith Robinson, and we're here today interviewing Dr. Adam Cox. Dr. Cox is a cosmetic dentist in the area. He's got some good information for us. Would you help us to understand, why do people have to clean their teeth?
Well, there's many reasons you want to clean your teeth. Everybody loves a healthy smile, and then plus, nobody likes to be in pain. Nobody likes to have to go to the dentist to get teeth pulled. So it all starts with having good home care, brushing your teeth 2 times a day, and you can avoid a lot of problems just by taking care of things at home.
Yeah, with clean teeth, you end up getting kissed a lot more, don't you?
Yeah, a lot more.
Yeah, a lot more, yeah. There's also something in the literature that actually how well you take care of your teeth can affect your heart.
Well, not only your heart, but also your brain too. There's a lot of data coming out in the literature about heart disease and valvular disease with the heart, and the cleaner that you keep your mouth, the less bacteria gets into your bloodstream that travels to the heart. Also with the brain. I've been getting a lot of reports locally about patients in the hospitals actually passing away from brain abscesses that originated from abscessed teeth.
That's important. That's really important. You know, you and I see people who try to generalize, and they say, well, my mom and dad, they didn't have good teeth, so I'm probably not going to have good teeth either, am I? What do you say to that?
I hear that a lot. And the bottom line with that is that there may be a small percentage of individuals out there that might be true, but at 99.8% that is simply not true. There's no science to back that up. Generally speaking, if you have bad teeth, it's because you're maybe not taking care of them properly, or not going to see a dentist, or intaking the wrong types of foods, but simply because your parents had bad teeth does not mean that you were going to have bad teeth as well.
That's a key piece of information, isn't it? Because a lot of folks think that, oh, I can go get my teeth pulled. And they forget that the teeth are as expendable as the fingers on your hand. Absolutely. What happens whenever people choose to have their teeth taken out?
Well, I can tell you from firsthand experience that they're immediately not as happy once their teeth come out. I've had them come back after I've had to make them a set of false teeth or dentures, and I can't tell you how many have looked at me and said, I wish I'd never done this. Your level of food intake is not going to be as good with false teeth as it is with natural teeth, and so generally speaking, I see patients come in that have false teeth, and they just don't look as healthy as individuals with the regular teeth. And so it's very important to try to keep your natural teeth.
Now there's something that's also been done, and that is implants. That's really helping to stabilize and put the load back on the bone, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Do you use some implants in your practice?
I use a lot of implants in my practice. I actually probably do, I don't know how many I do a month, but I'm a huge advocate of implants. And every patient I talk to that's going to have all their lower teeth removed, we have the discussion about implants. And it's very simple. You put two little posts down on the lower jaw and you snap the denture on, and there's no longer the lower denture floating around. That's
it. That's a great, great piece of information. I'm Dr. Keith Robinson. I'm with Dr. Adam Cox. We're going to be back next week with Edie Hand again. So come on back and be with us.